is Gregory Scott, and I'm going to give you some information about the star sign Gemini today. Now, Gemini is represented as the twins in the astrology, and it's represented that way for a number of reasons. One, there is this sense that Gemini is quick enough and is fast enough to do more than one thing at a time, that it is in two minds about things all the time, and also there's this sense of one twin missing and the other twin seeking for that missing piece, okay? Because there's something about Gemini which has a lot to do with going out there and finding something that is needed to kind of complete the full picture. The other thing about Gemini is that it's represented by the Roman numeral 2. The actual glyph of Gemini is something that looks like a doorway. And Gemini has an association with learning and being very, very curious and being very interested in everything. And there seems to be this belief for Geminis that if they learn enough, if they discover enough, then they can move through that doorway and get to this place of understanding, this place of enlightenment where things just make sense. Okay? So there's a very kind of childlike belief about Gemini that if I learn enough, if I discover enough, then I will get to a place where everything makes sense and everything kind of clicks into place. The planet that rules Gemini is Mercury, and Mercury is the communication planet. It rules both Gemini and Virgo. Gemini is associated with producing information and putting things out there. Virgo is more about taking information in and making sense of it. So in terms of gender, Gemini is very much associated with the male gender, producing things, putting out there. Virgo is more feminine in nature. Okay, so the reason that is this way is because Gemini has this insatiable curiosity and it acquires information naturally, organically. But what Gemini then does is it runs that information through this internal kind of filtration system, and it makes sense of it in its own unique way, and it often produces its own unique response to that. That's why Geminis often make wonderful authors, wonderful comedians, communicators of all sorts, because they produce unique information and they put their personal stamp on things and then produce it. The element associated with this sign is air. In astrology, air is thoughts, ideas. It's very changeable, it's very adaptable, very flexible. And Gemini is really the one sign of the chart that is the most flexible. It is super quick, it thinks on its toes, it can be here and there in seconds, and it really is one of the signs that is the most intelligent and the quickest on its feet. Parts of the body that are associated with Gemini are the shoulders, the arms, and the nervous system. Again, it's about communication, transportation, and acquiring new things. Okay? So jobs associated with Gemini are the media, anything to do with writing, editors, screenwriters, news anchors, reporters, journalists, linguists to some extent as well. And transportation is a big thing. Train conductors, bus drivers, taxi drivers, especially if they have to know the area. This is before sat-navs. Those are the kind of things that Gemini excels in, discovering everything and being able to navigate the system that's there and putting your own personal stamp on it. Yellow is the color associated with this sign of the Zodiac. It's positive, it's light, it's enjoyable, and the time of year that Gemini occurs in is late spring, so late May through June. It's associated with the hero twins Castor and Pollux in mythology, and that's where this idea comes from that one of the twins is missing and that Gemini needs to exert itself to find the missing piece of the puzzle, to find the thing that is making it feel incomplete. So you'll notice that a lot of Gemini have this sense of, in myself I am not enough, I need to get information, I need to find out what it is that's missing so that I'm this complete part. Spirituality is often something that really, really speaks to Geminis and really makes them feel complete, because all signs are complete in themselves, but Gemini have a great longing to discover. So they do have this insatiable curiosity. On the downside, they can be easily bored and a little bit fickle, so they need to constantly set a goal and find something they're interested in. And they need to be stimulated. They need to have ideas which challenge them, which interest them. Otherwise, they can become a little bit disillusioned and bored. And these are also people who often have a lot of friends, who are often very charming, and who have these big social networks, because they're constantly looking to exchange ideas, to move things forward, and to keep things moving. So some other keywords associated with Gemini are agile, aloof, amoral, because they don't judge really, they just go from one thing to the next, intelligent, sociable, cheerful, color yellow, very cheerful, scattered at times, and unemotional. Because remember, a lot of this association is with the element of air. It's thoughts, it's ideas. There's not much feeling going on here, and there's a search for the next thing. So Geminis can often leave people behind, especially if they've served their purpose as such. So that's some information about Gemini. If you'd like some more information about your birth chart in more detail, looking at other planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Uranus, Neptune, please get in touch with me via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab and you can order your reading there. Please remember to subscribe to this channel. I do monthly astrology forecasts here, and you can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/GregoryScott444. Have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you soon.